Today was a good day. Got a good workout in at the gym. I posted most of it today. A few things that I did yesterday, some leg work, stuff like that. Blew up the chest and the triceps a little bit today, which was good. And I got to work out with one of the guys that I work with, and it's always good to be able to do some stuff with somebody else, right? With another partner, one who can push and motivate you. It's always good to share the struggle with somebody else. I mean, for so long, right? For the last, 5 years at least, I always work out by myself, because I'm usually in the garage gym, trying to figure it out. Not really figure it out. I have programming that I do, but trying to figure out how to sometimes be motivated. And I'm not gonna lie, working out by yourself sucks, in your own space especially. And I remember when I first built the garage gym, the gym that we were going to, the owner had told me, he's like, it might be fun now, because I was like, I could work out anytime that I want, right? 24 hours a day, anytime I feel like getting in there, I can. He's like, yeah, it's fun now, but later on it's gonna suck. And I was like, whatever, you're just mad because I'm leaving your gym. And he was right, like, for real. Like, there were days where I'd get in there and I'm like, I don't want to be here, and I wouldn't do it, right? Part of it too, right, is I didn't have nearly the discipline that I have, that I'm trying to work towards today either. I didn't have the desire to want to be. I didn't think there was anything wrong with who I was at the time, right? I thought the motivation that I had was sufficient. The work ethic that I had then was sufficient. The desire to be who I was, I thought was sufficient. And today I'm finding out that that's completely false, right? Like, I should be leaps and bounds ahead of where I am. I'm not gonna regret who I am or where I am today, but I should be leaps and bounds ahead of where I am today. And I'm not, only simply because I didn't figure out the stuff that I'm learning now then. And so it's good though, right? Like, my notion is better late than never. At least I'm getting the chance to learn it now and to execute and to make it happen, because without it, I don't know where I'd be, right? And that's kind of like with the post that I put today on Facebook. It says, investment in you reveals the love you have for you, right? I know from experience that I hate spending money on things to make me better or to learn something. And really, a lot of it just comes from poverty mentality, being cheap, right? Being frugal, whatever you want to call it. I hate spending money on things, training, classes, whatever. Because I always think that I can figure it out by myself, only to find out that I don't know enough to be able to do things on my own to be better than where I am, right? Because I can only work with what I have. And that's why, like I posted the other day, the growth of the team is determined by the growth of the leader. If I'm not seeking guidance in all areas of my life, then I'm gonna stagnate in certain areas. And the reality is, what I allow in one area of my life, I'm gonna allow in all areas of my life. And so if I allow myself to stagnate in one area, then I'm gonna stagnate in other areas, because I allow it, right? Why would it be okay here but not okay over here? Eventually, where I'm okay over here is gonna affect that other area, and I'm just gonna settle for where I am. And I need to invest in me, right? And so investing in me looks like paying for coaching, right? I pay for coaching today. I seek guidance. I seek mentors constantly, right? I have a mentor for almost every facet of my life. My wife was one of those who's like, everybody needs to have coaching in every area, right? I only know so much, and even in the areas I think I do know something, like fitness and nutrition, I still sought out a coach. I have two coaches in that area. I have two coaches that do programming for me that I get to knock out every day. And then I have another one that does with nutrition stuff for me, right? And so it's like, I don't know as much as I think I know, or I'm willing to seek out other ideas and options and opinions of how to get somewhere, especially if someone is in a better position than I am. because I want to surround myself with those who know more than me. And so the investment in you shows you how much you love you, because I can spend money on anything, right? But when do I spend money on myself? Not to, I mean, yeah, I guess you could argue like buying myself the stuff that I need to do the jobs that I have to do is an investment in me, right? Studying and educating myself is an investment in me, and working on me and trying to pull out the garbage, the stuff that holds me back, right? Character defects, denial, illusions of who I think I am, right? Self-righteousness, all these, like if I start to work on these, I'm investing in me. Faith, right? Having a God of my own understanding. Like these are things that I have to do to invest in myself, and these are the things that reveal just how much I truly love me, because I want the best version of me. I can't get the best version of me if I'm not willing to invest in me. How many things do we invest in, right? We invest lots of money in our kids, right? We pay for coaching, we pay for them to be on the best teams, we pay for them to have the best equipment, and most of the time they suck at the stuff they do, right? They're no good at it. And every once in a while we do get a kid who is good, and so the investment is worthwhile, but we'll spend money to try to make the worst kid seem like he's good with the nicest equipment, right? And the reality is, like, when do we turn that back to ourselves, right? Because I can only give my kids a certain quality of life if I'm not at the top of my standard, right? If I'm not executing at the top of my game, I can't give them any better than what I can afford. And I'm not just necessarily talking about financially, I'm talking about mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And so what does it look like for me to invest in me, to show me how much I love me? Because the more I love me, the more I can love my kids, the more I can love my family, the more I can love my wife, right? Because the better version of me begins to resonate into them, right? And I always tell people, like, who benefits when you become the best version of yourself? Who benefits? Everybody does. Everyone benefits when you become the best version of you. Everyone benefits. Who's going to benefit from me doing this no sugar thing? Everybody, right? Yes, there's going to be some periods where some of them have to go through some detoxing with me, and I'm going to be a jerk, and I'm going to, yell at people, and I'm going to be short, and they're going to experience that. But when I come out the other side, they're going to see a better version, right? And I'm going to be healthier, and I'm going to be better. I'm going to be more equipped to be with my grandkids and my sons. Like, I'm going to be phenomenal, right? And they're going to benefit from that, because when I get better, so do they, right? When I learn things, I teach them that. When I get to experience new things, I want to take them with me and help them experience those same things too. And so it's like the investment I make in me shows me just how much I really love me. Why would you not invest in yourself, right? Do you think that that's a self-centered thing, a selfish thing to want to invest in you? Smash that thought, right? I remember when I was at training for church planting and fundraising, it was called Bodybuilders. And one of the things they used to always ask is, like, how many of you guys think that you don't deserve money to do this job, right? And people would raise their hands, and they go, and that's the first thought you have to smash. Because if you don't deserve money, then how do you take care of the people you love if you can't pay for what you're doing, right? And it made perfect sense. I didn't have that issue. I was like, I need money to do my job, so I don't have any issue asking for it, right? And I've never had an issue asking for anything that I needed, right? Because for me to do what I need to do, I need what I need. So coming from my background of addiction, right? I was always on the ask, right? Always asking people for something. So it wasn't hard when I got clean to ask for people for stuff either. And it still isn't hard. Like, I don't have any unhealthy thought. Like, oh man, if I'm raising money, I need some money. What's up? If I'm trying to do this, I need some money. What's up? If we're trying to start this business, I need some money. What's up? But there's an investment in me because I believe in me, right? And I want the more I'll invest in me is the more other people will invest in me, right? Because as I begin to invest in me and love me and do better, other people will see that same fire for self, and it will motivate them to want to help me too. So I just wanted to let you guys know, man, invest in you, right? Jesus invested in you. He went on the cross and he died for you. Like, who does that, right? Who would be willing to die for somebody else? Would you die for other people? Scripture says we could probably die for somebody we love or a good person, but we're not dying for some random stranger. We're not dying for somebody who's lying and spitting on us and persecuting us. We're not dying for them. But Jesus did, right? And he asked us to follow his suit. He invested in us. Let us invest in us now too. Because when I invest more in me, then my kids and my family get the best version of me possible, because I'll invest in them too with what I've invested in myself with. So just know that God loves you, and so do I. I hope you have a great day, and God bless you.